The most popular answer is yes, of course, especially when becoming a manager is perceived as a default path of promotion in person's career. But it's a tricky question, and only you can honestly answer it. And in my opinion, you really should, and it makes sense to reflect for a moment on it before you invest your time, energy in this new role. Think about what you want to achieve in your career and if becoming an engineering manager is the best way for you. Think about what you enjoy doing, your skills and experience, and what kind of working environment you would be happiest in. That's very important. Let me ask you a few questions that could help you find your way. Once you have answered these questions, you can decide if becoming an engineering manager is the right path. So first of all, do you like to work with people? Or do you prefer to code? Are you in flow while you are coding? Well, why I'm asking this? Coding is when you use computer to create something out of nothing. It is a very creative process. And if you like doing this, you might feel like you are in this special place called flow. This is when you are so focused on the task that it's like you are in a different world. Developers are really lucky. They get to spend a lot of their time focusing on their work, while managers don't usually have that luxury. Managers typically spend 40 to 60% of their time in meetings. Are you ready for it? Do you want to do this? You need to be aware that being a manager is completely different from being an individual contributor, and you won't experience flow as often. As a manager, you will help others with their tasks and only get feedback about your work after some time. So, if you want to be in flow more often, you may need to change your expectations here. Another question you should ask yourself is, what is your default response to conflict? Are you comfortable giving negative feedback? That's really important. Suppose your reaction to conflict is to remain calm and identify the root cause, and you aim to find a mutually beneficial solution that meets needs of both parties involved. In that case, it's wonderful. In that case, you are probably well suited for the engineering manager role, and you should be engineering manager because you have all the natural skills to be a good one. Still, if you prefer to avoid conflict, you should reconsider if you want to become an engineering manager. Can you manage ups and downs? Managing an emotional roller coaster is a critical skill for any leader. It involves communicating effectively with people at all levels of an organization and building relationships that enable collaboration and successful outcomes. From my experience, I can tell you that it's very challenging. I still struggle with it, and this emotional roller coaster is pain in the neck. You may find yourself, I want to discourage you from taking a new role, and it's not my intention. I'm far from that. I just want you to take the time to think about the pros and cons of the job, your strengths and weaknesses, and what you would need to be as successful in the role. At the end of the day, it's just a role. And you need to master different ceremony with different skill sets. Talk to people who have been successful managers or listen to interviews we run. Ask people you admire for their advice on what it takes to be a good manager and what challenges you should expect. And if after all that you still feel like management may be a good fit for you, go for it, because every software engineer deserves a great manager, and be one. Well, I recommend that you check a blog post written by Zev Hemel. I think his story can help you decide if you want to become an engineering manager. I will link to Zev's post in the comments section below. I also want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel, where you'll find interviews with engineering managers and material that can help you in your career as an engineering manager. Be a great engineering manager, be amazing. Thank you.